Chapter 20. Heartbeat. Lin Nuannuan stayed at Lang Zhu's house for 5 days. Her injury was almost healed, so she declined the old witch doctor's invitation to stay and insisted on returning home. The house had been tidied, the blankets on the stone bed had been replaced with new ones, the cellar was full of meat and vegetables, and the firewood was piled very high in the corner of the kitchen. Nothing seemed to have changed, only Baidi was gone. Lin Nuannuan thought that he had gone out to do something, so she did not think too much about it. She waited quietly at home for Baidi to return and thought about her future with Baidi. Baidi had always been kind to her, and she had a soft spot for him. If nothing else happened, she would take him as a mate and live out the rest of her life in peace. But she didn't want to have sex with him just yet. It was not because she was being coy, but because that thing of his was too big for her. The tearing pain made her break out in a cold sweat just thinking about it. Lin Nuannuan realized it wasn't fair to Baidi. He was a male and had a mate, yet he couldn't do what was expected between mates. But she was in real pain. Even if he hadn't gone all the way in at the end and barely squeezed in the tip of it, she was still in so much pain that she felt as though she was about to burst apart. Lin Nuannuan closed her eyes and suppressed the fear in her heart. She wanted to wait and see. She hoped there was a way to deal with the pain, but if that didn't work, she'd have to ask Baidi to find another mate. She didn't want to bring him down, and since she couldn't give him what he wanted, she would set him free to live a truly happy life. As for herself, Lin Nuannuan felt that she should leave, but she couldn't bear to part with Baidi. After all, he was the first person she had seen since she came to this world. He was the person who had been the kindest to her in the last 20 years too, and so she had placed a lot of hope in him. She couldn't help selfishly thinking that she could have a brother-sister relationship with him if he was willing. In this way, they could remain as close family members. Even after a full day had passed, Baidi had not returned. Lin Nuannuan finally felt that something was wrong. She went next door to find Xuangyun. Do you know where Baidi went? Xuangyun was unhappy when he heard the tiger's name. I don't know, he snapped. Lin Nuannuan said anxiously. Baidi is gone. He hasn't been back all day and I'm worried about him. Do you think he left the rock mountain? Xuangyun frowned. It's already snowing heavily outside. No beast will go out at this time. That low temperature would definitely freeze him to death. Lin Nuannuan pleaded with him. Can you help me find him? Xuangyun didn't want to bother with Baidi at all, but he was really worried about Lin Nuannuan wandering around, so he agreed to her request. The two of them searched the rock mountain for a long time, but they could not find any traces of Baidi. In the end, Lang Zhu gave them a clue. During the few days she was slowly recovering, Baidi would come to see her every day. He heard that sourcing leaf fruits were very nourishing for females, but I'd already used up the only two I had, hence, he offered to help me find them. When Lin Nuannuan heard this, she became even more anxious. Don't tell me he really went to look for the sourcing leaf fruit. Lang Zhu's expression was very serious. At that time, I thought he was planning to wait for the snow to melt before looking for the sourcing leaf fruits, so I didn't take it to heart. But now it seems that he has gone to look for the sourcing leaf fruits. It's freezing outside. How could he hope to find sourcing leaf fruits? Why is he so stupid? Lin Nuannuan was burning with anxiety. No, I can't leave him alone. I have to find him and bring him back. Xuangyun took her arm. Don't be rash. It's snowing heavily outside and you've just recovered. You'll get frostbite if you go out now. But Baidi is still out there. I have to get him back. I'll help you find him, he said decisively. Just stay put. I'll come back with him. Lin Nuannuan widened her eyes and looked at him in surprise. You? She wanted to ask why he was being so nice to her, but Xuangyun seemed to know that she would ask this and interrupted her in advance. You are guests of the Rock Wolf tribe. As the head of the wolf tribe, I definitely can't leave you to die. His words were dignified, but the old witch doctor, who knew him very well, did not believe a word he said. Lang Zhu even gave Xuangyun a strange look. Why didn't I know that you were so responsible? Xuangyun spouted nonsense without changing his expression. That's because you're getting senile. Time was of the essence. So Xuangyun did not prepare much. He carried a large bag of dried meat and a bamboo tube of wine before preparing to leave. Wait. Lin Nuannuan slowly draped a cloak made of animal skin over him and stuffed the tinder into his hand. Be careful on the way. She paused, then said quietly, if you can't find him, you should just come back. She couldn't lose Xuangyun just because Baidi was gone. Xuangyun looked down at her cute little face and couldn't help but ask, if I return safely this time, will you promise me one thing? Lin Nuannuan looked at him in a daze. His dark green eyes were deep and charming. His thin lips, which were always saying mocking words to her, were curved slightly at this moment. His short silver-white hair fell down, covering his sharp eyebrows. Her heart suddenly accelerated uncontrollably. When he saw that she was silent, he couldn't help but ask, will you? Lang Ju, who had been watching from the side, was too afraid to disturb them, but he finally couldn't help but speak. Huan, Xuangyun is risking his life for you this time. Say yes to him, lest he feels uneasy and gets into an accident outside. When she heard the last sentence, Lin Nuannuan's heart tightened. She couldn't care about anything else and hurriedly replied, okay, as long as you can return safely, I'll agree to anything. After getting the answer he wanted, Xuangyun's lips curved into a smile. This smile did not contain a trace of mockery or disdain, but it was a smile that came from the heart. It was so pure that it made one's heart race. You said it. No going back on your word. Lin Nuannuan covered her thumping heart and avoided his burning gaze. Embarrassed, she said firmly, don't worry. I'll definitely do what I say. The snow was relentless and the way down the mountain was blocked with snow. Xuangyun had tied a rope to the rock wall at the mouth of the cave. He grabbed the rope and slowly slid down. Lin Nuannuan stood at the entrance of the cave and watched his figure disappear into the vast snow. The worry in her heart rose to the peak. The snowstorm outside was very strong. After just a short while, Lin Nuannuan's body was covered in snow. Lang Zhu pulled her back into the cave. Don't worry too much. Xuangyun has gone out hunting in the snow before. He has experience dealing with snow. He'll definitely be fine. Lin Nuannuan clasped her hands in front of her chest and silently prayed for Xuangyun and Baidi.